Wear dark, trust us. It will look good, trust us. They said, we want to make an emotional movie. And we wondered, what the fuck have emotions to do with it? Wear dark, trust us. It will look good, trust us. They said, we want to make an emotional movie. And we wondered, what the fuck have emotions to do with it? Wear dark, trust us. It will look good, trust us.
Labyrinths, it's not possible to see everything at the same time.
This object speaks its own language.
خلينا نقربها شوي قبل. خلينا نقربها شوي ونوطيها.
Okay, but that is so right now.
General idea of foundation class, which is a kind of a formation, not, a group which is extremely defined by something, but there is always this recurrent idea that it's about dealing with obstacles and how to survive and to deal and to make our way through obstacles. And I think to build this experience now, it's a proof of that we are super good, strong survivors, or we have really developed some kind of skills, because from all the obstacles we found very powerful solutions, like from not being able to make a show, we could transform the idea of a show into a learning and workshop platform. And a space that we can use for our research, for our thinking, for our content. And I must say that I liked a lot working with all this polyphony, or like all those voices, and to still create something that is really can create meanings. And the methods and the works, they really express that always at every layer we find that, and I really like the circulation in the space.
Creation, like creating the exhibition, there's always been a talk about the labyrinth, and even from the first meetings that we had at the beginning of the year when we were preparing or like just brainstorming and sharing ideas, this term would just come up. And it seems like the final version of the exhibition, it looks like a labyrinth. And this idea, this feel is produced through the existence of the curtains, the multiple layers of video material, multiple layers of sound material. And
it's good to choose inspiring role models, but I don't want to do like when we search for superheroes or role models, like I did this, I put it on Google and I saw a lot of funny pictures on how the media, for example, or in Google you can find this also how they see the female as a role model, or how it's shown, and how the superheroes are shown, and like not really popular role model, like a role model which is not really that famous or popular or something like this. I cannot find it now, but I read it before, and I think this is a good idea in my perspective. And like, for example, also there was a topic in the last Biennale, and in Berlin Biennale, and then there was like, I had a workshop there, and I asked several people about their heroine, and then a girl comes and she said, "My mother." Very important. Like she let me think that the heroine, which is exists in reality, is the heroine which nobody talk about it. On the media, it's totally different heroine, and it's a repetition of what is always the woman has to do. You know, the perfect body, the perfect shape, the one who is she has to be always perfect, and this is the repetition since I don't know how long till now, and nobody talks about the mothers or the females in the rural area, or some infamous activists, or I don't know. So that's only the point I wanted to share with you, that we shouldn't go with normativity, or how the people see female, or the media put female on, not the people but the media, or the patriarchal society, or all this, like how the female figure is shown there. And I don't like to also to go to normativity. We don't need another hero.
Because the space here, it's like this white cube, actually a white corridor where you could see everything at the first sight, and we all had the wish to break that, and to create more shelters, smaller rooms where we feel more comfortable, not to have the bright light in the eyes all the time, where you are suddenly, everything is so exposed. On every fabric on the pillows, we can scan the pillow and have the fabric and then recompose. But this is more work. But
I think it's this version is really great because it gives the opportunity to also rearrange now.
It is Jan, and Jan anyways take pictures.
We hope so.
Okay,
normally tomorrow at 5.
Yeah, let's take that series
Yes.
from Jan, and then we keep the two options. Either we go this,
Yes.
or either we go with the picture.
Yes. Because this, what you are doing now to adapt the format, you are using the work best method to adapt the book, which is also working.
بشكل خاص لباسها، لأن اللباس شيء مو شيء سطحي. بلادنا العربية مثلا مرة ما فيها هذا الشيء، إذا طلعت رح تضل خايفة، هاي بعطيها عدم أمان. هذا الموضوع أبدا مو سطحي، تتعرض للتحرش، تتعرض ممكن للاغتصاب والحق رح يطلع عليها. بس بأوروبا كمان المرأة المحجبة واللي مسترة كمان عم تتعرض للتحرش. دائما بيكون نظر للباس المرأة، إن كان بلد عربي أو بلد أوروبي. البلاد المسلمة بيطلبوا المرأة تتستر، وهون بيطلبوا المرأة تشلح. فبالحالتين المرأة ما عم تحس بالأمان. دائما في جزء من النساء ما عم يحسوا بالأمان، بالخوف.
There is this tree is more powerful than. She asked me, "You want to make memorial on tree?" I said, "No, but it's also a good idea. Why these trees have more potential even than other the place, because it have many also other interpretation, other idea about the tree, what is a tree, and the struggle in this tree. 5 days without water, without food, in cold. It was very cold, -5. She was on the tree, and she did it. She did at least something that should be happened. And if the people bringing candles, because therefore I am very happy with your idea in cold. It's not going to be a something to people bringing the candles. It's giving a sense of resistance. It's giving a sense of continuity.
Yeah, you're right, because that's why actually you are alone, monuments. But we try to make these are like people using monuments. We we invite people's views. Like people can sit on the chair. It's using. It's actually somebody sitting. It's not somebody going with the candle and nobody going to put the candle next to the chair. Nobody going to put the candle in the like this where you put it.
No, that's just.
So I think this is the idea. What is the critique? I think critique could be to the FoundationClass monument from my side. I see as a design perspective because it's made exactly the Western idea of Catholic cemetery thing they bring as a monument. With this cube, they can also create the different with this cube. And exactly they put this this metal plate over the ground and then put these things. It's sort of giving this Western idea of the cemetery.
Yes, and also, like, I was, when I saw it for the first time, I thought there is something in addition to it about to come. So it's like a trick. It looks like a trick. So it looks like a fake, or it looks like a bad copy of a minimalist, very Western, white art sculpture. And I was asking myself, okay, so what is this cube now? Because that's always very important for me. The question, how can a monument initiate something?
Inviting, right?
Yeah, like initiating, like how could a monument become a starting process for something? Like it's like, for instance, by connecting people, and suddenly there's a way to speak together. How people can start to identify themselves with something and therefore start to speak up in a new or in another way, or they just feel empowered because they always speak up. But suddenly, people realize, okay, now that's a stage to get together. And I'm just asking because I know that there is a difference between your experience on FoundationClass and someone else who lives here, like with a rich car, And sometimes I think those people need to understand that FoundationClass is a super meaningful place. But on the other hand, I find it your critique is, I think, very, very important. And it would be an interesting question how to commemorate the tree occupation, the occupation of the tree, and how to relate to that kind of activist-driven performance, which is not an art piece. It's just real life.
Yeah, I think, for example, I was thought about when we went there last time, I was about how we design this monument, I actually put it, I was thinking actually put not this one, the cemetery look one, then I will put two cube of two from the top perspective, it looks like equal mark. At the same time, two person can sit and because as you said, it's a point to start the conversation. It's a point to start already thinking about what is this police violence and the racism mean. So it's sort of because I wouldn't still call that a problem because I don't know, do I have right to criticize that? But if I want to somebody ask for my opinion, I would say it's sort of really go to the victimizing and then this put the candle and then take away the responsibility, because it's very much looks like a cemetery architecture. So, but what we need actually, this decolonial society needs the time we need to start our own knowledge, the starting point, the place to be, and then it's a different case. I understand they might also didn't have this all the permission and stuff like this,
They did it overnight.
Yeah, I understand that, but when we strategize into something like we call it a monument, it starts flooding into the meaning,
I mean, that's the only thing. I feel also really reminded, like you say, you don't have the right to criticize. I'm very happy that you say so, because I feel the same. I have a lot of respect for everything related to this monument. It's just that I thought it looks so. It's trying to be like a real monument, like with a lot of budget, you know. And this kind of copy thing, I like. So it's a do-it-yourself memorial, you know. It's like people, they did it overnight. They just said like, okay, how does a monument look like? We don't have any idea. Okay, let's do it like, let's make a very official one. Okay, cool, let's make a very official one. And then they just build one, and they put it there saying like, yeah, that's our monument. And that's very powerful. That's very powerful to say it's not from the state. It's not the city who said, yes, sorry guys, we need to commemorate police violence, you know. It's just the people who get affected by racist police.
It's true. Even at this time I was there, the police started.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know why. After the Oranian class, they kind of been going there, but if the police is there, it's also an issue. And also, my critique is a memorial, is a symbol, or is a signal?
It's good. I just say it's sweet. It's good.
Okay, I'm not really that expert with one now.
I'm not.
I
Me
just saw
neither.
Italian and see you and like
Italian.
Sometimes he leaves at my place, and then one day he's like, racist?
Which is the opposite.
It's a level.
Yeah, everybody's cheap. We don't have you know, and it's super cheap, and when you come to here, it's you is the most expensive.
No offense.
Yeah, exactly. It was also my question. This should be cheap because it's like farmers and
I need just to go upstairs because I think I'm not.
Yeah, I have to do after I finish this and I go.
Okay.
But if you need anything, you can text
No, we are good. I just need to bring this and then I relax doing that. Okay. I have to go to drink something before Anna leaves. So I need to go up. Where the WhatsApp, email.
Ugh.
The people who are at home and they
We
connect
can
with
see it. Yeah, but this is what I mean. Like technically, to connect many devices and keep them online, it's too much effort. We can take pictures and give it to the people. They can do it from their own laptop, use it as a profile picture, just one angle from the exhibition. So basically, you see all the pictures because anyway, if you put cameras, it's not moving. So it will be kind of like a picture.
Yes.
So then we take great pictures and put them as a profile picture.
كنت بدي أقول كمان إنه بس بدنا نبلش نحكي عن هدول التعريفات لازم نكون كمان كتير مدركين إنه نحن اللي عم نجرب نغير بالنهاية الواقع اللي حوالينا هو ما كان جاهز ولا مرة للشيء اللي عم نحكيه واللغة اللي بنستخدمها سواء هلا أنا عم بستخدم العربي واللغة العربية بحد ذاتها بسبب الأفكار اللي موجودة باللغة العربية وبسبب المشاكل اللي أصلاً بتواجه مجموعة كتير كبيرة من الناس بالوطن العربي أو بأي مكان يتحدث فيه بالعربية لأنه كتير صعب هلأ لاقي أنا حتى ضمير لأحكي فيه مع حدا ما بيعرف حاله لا كذكر ولا كأنثى. كتير صعب علي باللغة وضح هذا الحكي وكتير في مفردات غير موجودة ترجمتها غير موجودة بالقاموس مفردات تطورت مؤخراً بلغات أخرى وباللغة العربية بعدها مو موجودة. فكمان اللغة اللي نحن عم نستخدمها هي لغة بتحددنا بكتير أماكن، وبتخلينا نحكي أشياء محددة بهاي اللغة، وغير ما بتجمع الكل، ما بتعمل هذا التضمين للجميع. هاي كمان نقطة كتير مهمة، حتى بمرحلة الشغل لتطوير المجتمع لازم نفكر كمان كيف ممكن تتطور اللغة مع هذا المجتمع يلي نحن عم نطمح له.
Shiny. Presented really well. Looks heavy. I can't imagine a person can fight wearing this thing. Yeah, right. You wouldn't be the one who's fighting if you could afford possessing this piece. Others will fight for you. Perhaps those who really fought had cheap weapons, worn clothes. Those things wouldn't have survived until this. Why is this thing presenting glory and pride, not violence, horror, and death? This thing should be scary, but it's actually not. It looks peaceful to me now behind the glass.
Wait! Please do not touch. No, not even the glass. It's very delicate.
This thing could handle sword staffs, and now this thing is protected behind the glass. It could handle sword staffs, but it actually can't. This glass should be transparent, but it's actually not. Many things cannot cross through this glass.
You are standing in front of a stunning masterpiece, the third gate of Babylon. This artwork is handmade of the finest pure marble dust, decorated with fascinating patterns on a background of an enchanting blue color. King Nebuchadnezzar II had the following sentence inscribed onto his gate. The visitor will feel the luxury and prosperity when he sees these gates. Nebuchadnezzar's vision is still relevant up until today. It continues through the reproduction of thousands of copies of this gate. You do not need to excavate. You do not need an official deal or contract.
To be in a safe space, in a space with the collective, and make sure that I'm heard and everyone else is also being heard. Of course, hierarchy is always part of everything you do. So I'm not saying it's okay to be there, but also when you I feel very safe when I see someone is criticizing someone else like in front of them. So, or like when you see something that you don't like, just say the things they want to say immediately, or not even immediately. Maybe sometimes you feel so oppressed that you need to take space and then say it some other time.
I really don't want to be confined in a small way of expression.
First hearing and taking it serious, but also I found out the bringing idea to speak also about the safe space is also very important as individual for me myself, because I'm writing also in the book of the NGBK. NGBK also it takes about transformation from safe spaces to revolutionary spaces, to making a place not to just be a safe space, and it's also considering about how we can change the space that we have in FoundationClass.
It's very much about, this informal situation of talking around a table, and it's not there. So Hatef, was saying that we should use it, and it's very much right. And then there is all those kind of headphones and mics on the table. So when there is no podcast, let's just put the audio there. We just have to plug media players.
And those lights are not bright enough.
Well, that's interesting. You are standing in front of a stunning masterpiece, the third gate of Babylon. This artwork is handmade of the finest pure marble dust, decorated with fascinating patterns on a background of an enchanting blue color. King Nebuchadnezzar II had the following sentence inscribed onto the ceiling. The visitor will feel the luxury and prosperity when he sees these gates. Nebuchadnezzar's vision is still relevant up until today. It continues through the reproduction of thousands of copies of this gate. You do not need to excavate. You do not need an official deal or contract.
Offered to return them to Iraq, but Iran refused. Now, the useless rocks sit here gossiping with each other, telling story about the beginning and the end. Me, the legacy of hope, the life between the bricks. We have just one wish: to see the light of the desert again.
لا أعرف لماذا يجب أن نطلق كلمات يمكنها فقط أن تسبح في فضاء المكعب.
Chances are we will be called refugee for the rest of our lives.
حين يرتد صوتي كنت أبتلعه بسرعة وأشرب الكثير من الهواء كي أتناسى الطعام.
حبيبي روحي عيوني. Don't expect them to put a red carpet for you. You must be thankful. They give you safety.
نسيت وجود المكعب لفترة طويلة واعتدت على فكرة استحالة إزالته. لكن في هذا الوقت علي أن أؤمن بوجوده وأن ألتصق أكثر بجدرانه.
I can really see it. I'm very close to my dream. Thank you God. Thank you Jeremy.
نتكلم ونتناقش وأبتلع جرعات أكثر وأكبر من صوتي، إضافة لمزيج ثقيل من أصوات المجموعة.
Month, doctors and job center appointments, language school every morning, and the need to start preparing for my portfolio.
أصبح مضغها مرهق جدا.
Wir haben das geschafft. One more picture. Noch ein Tier. Drängt die Tiere aus heraus. Alle wollen das. How much we will pay for the award that we want.
This feeling,
at what price comes the price. We cannot represent ourselves. We cannot be represented.
And when I'm living this month, I raise the freedom and they disappeared.
Nach links. Der Kopf nach rechts. Bleibt genauso.
to give them the chance to succeed. Here,
لم أعد أستطيع ابتلاع أي شيء.
While we once stand corrected, however incorrect as we are, there is nothing wrong with us. We don't want to be correct, and we won't be corrected.
And they disappeared.
Politics proposes to make us better, but we were good already. In the mutual
but
that
suddenly
can
I
never
have
be
new reality.
there
are eyes
in the
watching.
mutual that can
They hold
never
our
be
gaze.
good.
They print our features and
We owe
color
it to
our
each other
faces as they
to
desire.
falsify the
They
institution,
classify us as one.
to make politics
They hold
incorrect,
on the ideas
to
and
give
try to
life
correct.
to our own determination.
They recycle the capabilities and possibilities.
We owe each other the indeterminate. We owe each other everything.
أنا الآن مصاب بالغثيان بأقصى.
What's so bad about politics in comparison? Chances are.